Moip. Okay, so here's where we're at. My thinking is that I want to be able to remove the rails entirely. I want to be able to remove everything, lift it up out of the case, get underneath it, you know, make my power connections, and then just drop the rails with all the modules just back in place. Best thing I could come up with was little side bars, racks, rails, something, whatever you want to call them, on the side, gluing them to the inside of the case so that the rails can just rest on those. So now the left side, I already put a little bit of a shim to get the rails fitted properly. That side needed a thicker shim. This side, I'm just using a piece of 1/4-inch plywood. And I've just sanded them both down to get to the right thickness, although I clearly sanded down the middle on this one too much and the end on that one too much, but it doesn't really matter. As long as enough of it sticks out to allow the rail brackets to rest on them, they should be fine. I'm going to get the India ink on the outer side of each of these so that they blend in. And then I'm going to glue them in place. I've got the black stain on both of the pieces. I'm going to put the left side on first. So I'm just going to glue it and clamp it. I'm just going to go with this. And it should line up with my existing shim width from here to here. Some clamps on here. I made a little piece, little spacer here. It fits exactly above the ledge that I made over here. I used that to line up my other ledge on this side. If I put this on here, clamp this in place. Thin end on the back side here for some reason. So since the feet that are currently on here are actually shorter than the hinge, it doesn't sit on the feet anymore. I ordered some taller feet that are hopefully tall enough. Oh, just barely. I don't even know if that... I might even like squeeze these guys in a little bit just to see if I can get them to be just a little bit smaller. Don't want it too tight or it's not going to fit the hinge properly. I think I got it in just a little bit. Oh, I'm going to end up, yeah, I'm crushing the... That's not good. I think that's better. Alright, so I gotta pry up these little metal tabs here so I can get the old ones out, and that's gonna be really tough. Plastic has somehow gotten caught underneath the lip of the tray. Look at that. Anyways. It's a very tiny screwdriver. Maybe I can get under it. I can't even get this little tiny screwdriver underneath that clip. Wow. Well, let's see. I'm getting some movement on the lower one, but this upper one just is not moving there. Okay, got that one straight up. Gonna push it down. Getting some movement down here. Yes, I am getting some movement down there. So maybe I can just kind of pry it out. I sense some touch-ups in my future. And that's working. Alright, it's kind of coming loose. There we go. So I just need to get one of those tabs up so that I can then hammer it. And that should work. There it is. I guess I'm just going to have to move it over. That's fine. Alright, next. I think I'm getting that up a little bit. Can't really see where the prongs are. One of these tools is going to do it. I'm going to have to carve out around it, I think. Try to get in here. I've got two more to do after this one. All right. Oh, I can see it's lifting up a little bit. There we go. Man. All right, now I get to do the other side. So I managed to pry out the old feet. Got some really intense plastic wood filler stuff. I'm going to go ahead and use that to try to fill in these areas because it got chewed up pretty bad in the process. So this is what I'm using. I don't like using it. It stinks, it's nasty, but I think for this purpose it's the best thing I've got. I'm going to try to push this into that hole. Definitely have to repaint this part, obviously. Always read the instructions, folks. I just read the instructions on my wood filler, and as it was quite old, I forgot that it came with a separate tube of hardener. Because I came out here and I touched it, thinking it was going to be all done, and it's still really goopy. So now I get to try to scrape out as much as I can. It looks like it won't be that difficult. Didn't clean it off with some alcohol, but this has to come off because it's never going to harden without the wood hardener. So I guess I'm back to the JB weld, which so far has actually worked the best out of all these types of fillers that I've used. So I'm going to go get some JB weld after I clean all this out. Yay! I have been busy. I got my JB weld and I refilled the corners here. I think I'm going to mix up a little bit more and just try to smooth it over a little bit. It's still pretty bumpy, but that's working well. I have been working on the interior. I'm going to put the 2 power supplies on the bottom because I don't want them to take up rack space. That just seems unnecessary. I've got plenty of space in here. I'm going to put them on the bottom below the main rails, one on each side. I've custom cut and fit these blocks of wood I'm going to use to actually mount the panels to. Eventually, I'm going to take all of the power cords associated with these two. I'm going to put them inside the little bricks. I'm going to mount them on the bottom here. I'm going to have an extension cord so they can both be plugged into one extension cord and have the one cord bundled here. Then I can pull it out and then use that one cord to plug in. So it's all going to be kind of mounted on the bottom there. One thing I was thinking about is that I want to be able to lift up these racks eventually. So I can get underneath them, fully loaded, lift them up and out, get them out of the way, get under there, mess with the power as needed, plug stuff in, all that, and then just kind of drop them back into place. That was the purpose of the ledge here, was just so they can always go right back where they're supposed to be. I don't want these rails to lift up while, carrying this around. So I need a way to secure them down. And I just found these old, you push these into a hole in your particle board and use it as a little filler cap. But I thought if I just cut out the centerpiece, drill through or screw through it, I think it'll off-center drill so it can kind of rotate in and out of the way, and then cover it up again. And that way it's plastic holding it down, not metal, which should keep the module finish intact. These rails are pretty snug. I don't think they're likely to fall out, but I do want something to help keep them from falling out. So I'm just going to get these blocks mounted, and I still got to do the top blocks. Something kind of like, I'm just going to go in there and up here. And get those sanded in the corners to fit snugly, just like the bottom ones here. I decided that the orientation of the blocks was backwards. I wanted the larger blocks to be on the bottom and the taller blocks to be on the top, so the power modules are going to be up here. This is going to leave space for the power cord and miscellaneous stuff to go here. There's going to be a pocket down here. I ended up remaking these lower blocks, the bigger blocks, because they were just a little bit too small. They didn't butt up against the rail properly, and I want them to have a nice snug fit so that when I put those little washers, plastic washers down, they'll be right up against the rail. Okay, so all the blocks have been glued, and it's time to just take a look and see how they're doing. All of these blocks should be secure now. Should fit nicely. Yep, that's good. And yep, very good. I am going to screw in all of the zip tie holders, keep everything in place. And I picked up some screws specifically for the zip tie holders to not go through the case, very shallow screws. And I also got some screws for the feet, so I can get the new feet mounted to the bottom, and I can get all the wires put in place. I'm going to try using my little punch thing to get me started. Just make sure it's not coming through. Feels good. Okay, good. I'm going to use machine screws to to mount the power supply, and I've got my regular black washers from my regular kit, and I've drilled out these pilot holes with just a slightly larger bit so that these will actually fit in here, and I think this will work. Didn't line up right. Try to get both of them in just a little bit at the same time. Okay, good. That seems to have worked out fine. So this is all looking pretty good. I was going to screw this directly to the case on the inside here so that I can have a strap for the power cord, which will go something like that. A little bit too big. This should work, since it doesn't matter what size it is. Oh no, I did it wrong. It's backwards. It's this way. I thought I was missing space there. Bummer. Okay, do over. Alright, looking at the case here, since I have this area where the newspaper isn't, I thought it'd be kind of appropriate to just put the power cord right there and just kind of use that spot. And done. I really only need that much. There. That's it. So just take that. Oh, I just realized when I have my modules in here, it's going to be harder to reach that. I hope it doesn't mess that up. So like that. Yes. I'm trying to imagine the modules being in place here. Something like that. We'll see. I might have to change that around a little bit. Maybe I should have left that on there. Oh well. We'll see. Okay, so that is pretty much everything that's going to go inside here. I'm going to vacuum this out real quick. Good. I don't like how these are still flopping around, so I'm going to go ahead and use my last two screws to put some zip tie bracket things to hold those in place. Well, it was at this moment that I realized that I put the power supplies on the wrong side. I thought this was awfully cramped over here, Power supplies are supposed to be up here. The cord is supposed to be down here. That gives me a lot more space to work with. I'm going to have to completely undo. I'm going to have to remove these, put them over here, disassemble that. Ugh. All right, do over again. Okay, so after a reset, I moved these blocks from this side to from the bottom to the top where they're supposed to be. So everything lines up. I've got the power supplies mounted. I've got all of my power cords fastened down. Put the Velcro strap for the main power cord. Got it mounted to the bottom here. And as you can see, there's a lot more space now. I've already got the feet on the bottom. You can see how mangled these corners are. I have some corner protectors coming. I probably should have waited to put these on until I got the corner protectors. I'm hoping that they will fit on here without having to move these, but if I have to move them, I have to move them. Okay, that's where I'm at right now.